You never fix reality, you move. You don't heal the past, you leave it. And the moment you move within yourself, the world begins to follow. Set your mind on the things of above, not on the things of earth. That's Colossians 3:2. Every emotion you feel, every story you replay is a state. And when you step out of that state, the story changes because you do. For a long time, I found myself caught up in the same repeating pattern. It showed up in romantic relationships, and they always ended in a very similar way. The story wasn't about cheating or disloyalty, it was about betrayal by distance, the slow retreat of vulnerability, the wall that goes up when people get too close. And each time it happened, I promised myself, this time it will be different. But no matter how many different faces there were, the ending always felt the same. And then one day, after another painful ending, one where there was real feelings on the both sides, I asked myself, how did this happen again? How did I end up here when I swore I wouldn't? And I sat in quiet grief, searching for the answer, and then I saw it. It was like a light coming into a dark room. I realized I wasn't replaying relationships. I was replaying a childhood scene with my mother. I was still trying to fix that moment of betrayal I felt as a little boy, a moment that wasn't healed back then. And every time I entered a relationship, I subconsciously was trying to rewrite that memory through someone new. That realization broke the cycle because in that moment, I saw the truth. I couldn't fix my mother and I couldn't fix the past. The only thing that I could do was to bring acceptance to it. And from that acceptance came a new kind of courage, a courage to be vulnerable again, to love without trying to fix anything. John 8:32, and you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. When I saw that pattern for what it was, a state of consciousness, I then stepped out of it. And in that motion, the grief began to fade. Peace entered where that confusion had lived. Since that moment, my relationships feel different, more open, they're more grounded, more genuine, because I'm no longer standing in that old state of needing to repair something. I'm standing in a state of love itself. Every experience in your life belongs to a state, a vibrational home you step into by thought, feeling, and assumption. When I lived in a state of fear, everything felt uncertain. And now, when I live in a state of love, everything unfolds in alignment. I can't fix what's inside of a state because trying to fix it keeps me anchored to it. I must move out of it completely. Joshua 1:3 says, wherever the sole of your foot will tread upon, I have given that to you. Your foot is focus. Whatever you dwell upon becomes the ground that you stand on. And wherever you stand, that's what life gives you. So the question is never, how do I fix this? The real question is, what state am I in and am I ready to move? When you see a pattern repeating in your life, people treating you the same way or events circling back or outcomes repeating, you're not cursed. You're simply revisiting the same emotional address. And just like you can walk out of one room and then walk into another room, you can walk out of any state. And you can only do that by awareness. Awareness is the door. So when you realize that this is just a state, it's not who I am, you regain freedom instantly. You remember that the self behind all the states is God, the dreamer that's moving through his own dream. John 10:30 says, I and my Father are one. That Father is your imagination and it never stops creating. So let's put this into practice. Here's how you practice it. When something hurts, pause before you react. Close your eyes and name that feeling. What is it? Fear? Is it anger? Is it jealousy? Disappointment? Then say quietly, this is just a state and I can move. Breathe and then see yourself in that opposite state, a state of calm or whole, love, secured. Don't fight the old feeling. Just simply relocate the attention. Shift your focus as if you were changing rooms. Feel what it's like to already be in that place. Feel that feeling. Have that become your new home. That's how you move from pain to peace, not by effort, but by choice. You're never trapped, you're never stuck. You're just simply standing in one of infinite numbers of rooms. And once you know that, you stop begging for change and you start moving through consciousness like the creator that you are. Every pattern becomes a teacher, every ending becomes a door, because that's what you truly are, awareness itself. You were never broken to begin with, so I do not fix, I move. I release the old and step into love. I walk in truth, and then the truth sets me free.